So why do you think our people, because I know medically speaking, like our phenotypes, we store fat around the visceral areas, the gut, around the abdomen, where all the organs are in the abdomen, right? Your liver, your spleen, your kidneys, all in the abdomen. We store visceral fat, adiposity around here, not in our chest and not in our legs, like our Caucasian counterparts do. So this increases the risk of diabetes by 2.5%. So you see the typical Asian dad bod physique. It's almost like a pear. It's they're very gynocentric, with lots of hips and fat around the abdomen. Whereas similar BMI Caucasian or African client will have much more even distribution of fat, right? On their face as well. They'll have it more on their shoulders. We don't. We'll have very little on the shoulders. You'll have skinny toothpick arms, but huge abdomen, huge hips, which is very unusual for a guy. And this increases the risk of diabetes massively. But why do you think we're getting there in the first place? Why do you think we're storing so much fat? Like, what's in our diet, what's in our lifestyle that's making us, a laughing stock in a way?
Again, referring back to that study, it said we are 6 times more likely to suffer from heart disease, diabetes, and strokes in our 30s. And I must kind of sidetrack here. It's getting younger.
Yes,
It's getting younger. That's the biggest worry, is that more and more younger people are getting diabetes
in their 20s, right?
Yes.
It's type 2, by the way.
I'm hearing from a lot of my clients are doctors, and I hear from them that they are now seeing patients in their clinics at 18 and they've got diabetic. This was unheard of 10 years ago. So why is it happening? I mean, like I said, the society, the environment is becoming progressively worse. More fast food, more sedentary behavior, more stress.
But why us? Or why this community?
But our community, largely our community, because of the culture, because of our culture of eating, because of our mindsets and our culture around being overweight. Being overweight is almost seen as celebrated.
So what do they say in Urdu? I don't know the word. No, Urdu is not very good, but there's a word for it, isn't there? He's healthy. Like, this guy's healthy. But he's not. He's actually obese.
So I've got a client, and most listeners and viewers might even know Dr. Sheikh Suhail Hanif, the CEO of the National Zakah Foundation. So he was my client at one point, and he went to Pakistan, and over there he said to me, "Look, I'm struggling with the mindset here, because over here everyone's big, and they're telling me to be big. Like
it's a sign of wealth.
They're encouraging me, like, don't you eat enough, right? And there's this thing, and I made a video on this. I made a little reel on this, where I said, because I got this from another client who's also very well known, but I'm not going to mention his name because a lot of people know him. He said to me he was struggling with this mindset that to stop eating at 80% fullness, or because one of the things I teach is that you should stop eating before you're stuffed. Right. So like 80% fullness, and even though the hadith says 1/3, most people can't stick to 1/3. So let's be a bit more lenient. Let's go to 80% fullness, right? So we encourage people to stop at 80% fullness, and he goes, look, every time I go to do that, I feel like I'm failing as a man. Like he said, like, because I feel like as a man, I need to eat like a man. So I said, okay, what does eat like a man mean to you? He goes, like, eat, isn't it? Just eat. And I thought, well, do you know what? Wow, like,
it's a mindset thing.
It's a mindset, but I suffered from it, and to the point where about 3 months ago, I was joking to my wife and I said, I eat like a man, or I need to eat. And I stopped. I thought, damn, I'm thinking of overeating and being gluttonous as eating like a man, right? So then I thought to myself, no, actually, that's not eating. Being overweight and obese, and that's not manly. That's not masculine. Because in our culture, that's masculinity.
Yeah, of course it is.
Right. And so I stopped myself. Look, having heart disease, diabetes, being a poor role model to my kids, and just being a poor role model all round. And again, from Islamic perspective, like, it completely clashes. It contradicts everything that I believe and stand for. So we need to completely flip the script.
You mentioned something there, an imam and Islamic obligation to be role models, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you are the best nation brought for أخرجت للناس. You are the كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. You are the best nation brought forward for mankind. and we need to be role models. Like, you've got we'll go into it in a second.
And it goes on to say, balanced nation.
Yeah, Ummat al-Wasata, exactly, balanced nation.
Yeah.
And this applies to many things, by the way. Our dealings, our calories, right? Balance. Don't overconsume and don't underspend. The thing about the hadith of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he says, eat 1/3. People don't understand. He said, if you are to go beyond a few muscles, he said initially, eat a few muscles. Like, we have just a few muscles. If you are to go beyond that, then go to 1/3. And we're using 1/3 as a minimum. No, he said, if you are to go beyond a few muscles, go to 1/3. And you're getting people who can't even do 80%. It's really, really a mindset thing. And you might have seen this whole movement now with Oprah Winfrey and Sharon Osbourne about the Ozempic injections, etc. Because it is mindset. We are in such an obesogenic environment where it's hard. It actually is hard to be. It's actually hard to be in shape, because you're like, when I'm in a cut and I want to get to below 10% body fat, get chiseled, get abs. Honestly, my mum says, you're not eating well. You look ill. Have you got COVID? No, I'm okay. I'm in the best shape of my life. Are you unwell? We need to get this mindset away. And then you go and you got a big belly. Oh, he's healthy actually. He's well fed. He's happy at home. And one of the things they ask you is, your wife not cooking for you? If you're just normal, if you're normal, like, good BMI, but if you've got a big belly, he's a happy man. He's got a happy life. He's got a happy wife. He's got a happy life because he's got a big belly. This cultural change needs to happen, because we're getting people into early graves, and we're doing it by spinning this narrative.